suspense. I'm here to take down everyone. I'm here to take down everyone. I'm here to rumble. I've got danger in my favor, like a razor. I'm here to rumble. Diamond breaker, it's my nature. Get ready for thunder, 'cause I'm here to rumble. I'm here to rumble. I'm here to rumble. Yeah, I'm here to rumble. I'm here to rumble now. I'm here to rumble. Listen to me now, listen to me now. It's coming down to the two of us. Let me show you how. Listen to me now. It's coming down to the two of us. Listen to me now. Listen to me now. It's coming down to the two of us. Let me show you how. Listen to me now. It's coming down to the two of us. I'm here to rumble. I'm here to rumble. I've got danger in my favor, like a razor. I'm here to rumble. Diamond breaker.
Ball got a call, but yeah, I'm with you. I wish we could bring Isaiah back and let him get that experience.
Let's see. I guess we do have a call here. Let's go to the phones here. Hopefully I'll do this right. And thanks for calling. Your comment or question for Coach Green. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Coach, this is Ronnie Hayes in Pecky. I had a bunch of questions I was going to ask you, but it seems like you've answered them all, so I'll just let you know that congratulations on the win, and we'll be in Murfreesboro watching if I can get in the building.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, and we're probably going to talk about the ticket situation. I don't know if everybody's aware. Because of the restriction with COVID, they're allowing each school 250 tickets, which is not a lot, but it's across the board for every participating team. So our parents have got that link right now, and we will hopefully make that available to the public tomorrow sometime after lunch. So if you're trying to find a ticket, we'll try to get that information out. The best thing I could probably tell you is to call is maybe even email me at the school. That's probably, I can just forward you that sometime after lunch if you're wanting to buy a ticket. That's probably the best thing to do is just email me at hagreen@ortn.edu. If you can't remember that, you can look it up on the school website. Just shoot me an email. We'll see if we can get you guys a ticket. It's tough, but it's 200. If we win on Thursday, we'll get another 250 on Friday. So there's that includes both games. So we play the first one. Houston and Clarksville play right after us. So there'll be roughly 1,000 or so people in Murphy Center.
And we certainly appreciate your call. Coach, it's always good to have, our loyal fans such as them come down. And, a lot of our fan base is a little older, and they haven't been able to attend a lot of ball games. But I've noticed the last, few ball games, it's kind of creeping back in, look normal there at the region tournament for sure.
Yeah, I think, we had the numbers on it. They were watching. I think we kept it to right around 1,000, which is a pretty good crowd, especially considering we played most of the season with nobody in there.
Right.
And I don't know how many was at Dobbins Bennett, but they had a great student section. Of course, I don't really look around much. I don't really, kind of get locked in kind of once the warm-ups start. But considering probably a pretty good crowd over there, not considering how big the place was. But, regardless, the kids are getting an opportunity to play. Even though it's going to be limited attendance, they're still playing in Murphy Center, which was in doubt about a month ago. Mm-hmm. So there's been a lot of, from what I understand, a lot of correspondence between TSSAA and MTSU to even be able to still host it there, which I think is key. That's a big. We would do it, but obviously I want to play a state tournament at a high school gym. I think that takes away a little bit. So glad MTSU. Kudos to them for finding a way to make that happen and. And again, once the game starts, it'll be, I'm sure there'll be 1,000 or probably a little bit more, so it'll be fine.
Coach, I was thinking about this. Looks like we have another call coming in. I was thinking about this, and let's see if this, before I ask you the question here, I'll I'll see. Looks like we have another call here. Caller, thanks for calling. Your comment or question for Coach Green?
Yeah, I got a comment for Coach Green. He's done a terrific job. The team has done a terrific job, and I can't say enough about the whole operation except we're leaving out somebody, and that's David Clary. What a terrific job David does, and I think all of his sponsors ought to be really happy to take care of him. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It has been kind of a challenging year for us, too. I mean, we kind of put the streaming thing together kind of on a shoestring, and it definitely on a shoestring, and it's got better as the season progressed here, and I heard from so many people over the last during the tournaments they were so willing to sponsor us.
Yeah. I think it's a great advertisement. You know, I know my wife Laura Lynn, who's building a new office over here in town, and she's like, hey, how do I use this? So next year she'll be willing to step in there and help too. So, but you know, I think that's Mike Baker. If I heard his voice, that sounds like Mike Baker. Yeah. If that's not Mike, I apologize. But appreciate the kind words. You know, he hit it right on the head with David here as far as all the time he's put behind the scenes of making all this happen and getting a lot of the games live streamed. I've seen probably almost all of them, for the exception of the sectional game, which they would not allow us to do. Especially under the circumstances with the COVID, is a big deal. Not a lot of high school programs have someone like you that takes care of that, so you're greatly appreciated.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Coach, what I was going to ask you a moment ago is, you know, having Siegel there, I was thinking about this. You've seen the Blackman crowds, the Riverdale crowds, when we play. Their student section filled up the whole side. They won't have that advantage this time because you figured if, you know, with Siegel being there in Murfreesboro, they would have pack that place out. Yeah,
that's a good point. You know, the times we've played, especially during the week, there's a difference when you play.
Brentwood too would pack that out.
When you played one of the Murfreesboro teams or a Nashville team like Brentwood during the week, during the school day, everybody wants out of school, so they just load all the buses up and everybody gets a free day out of school. So they just come. Now on Saturdays, if you notice when we played back, their student section wasn't quite as big because it wasn't during school day.
Right.
So very fortunate that I guess for us, that's an advantage us because they would have Siegel would have a packed house because it's right there, 4 miles down the road. So it won't be, I guess the most they could have would be 250 students, which I'm sure that's not going to be the case because parents and other fans have got to get in. So.
Has there been any talk at the school about a bus or anything like that?
No, not really, and it's kind of one of those deals where you don't really know how to set it up. With only 250 tickets, like do we set aside 50 tickets for students, and and that's something we'll probably discuss tomorrow. So if you're a student listening and would like to go to the game, we may have some tickets for you. We'll see how we can work that out tomorrow.
Coach, let's take another call here. Thanks for calling. Your comment or question for Coach Green? Go ahead, caller.
Hello, Coach Green. How you doing?
What's up, Roger?
You doing all right?
I'm doing well. How about you, Roger?
I'm doing fine.
You got a question for us tonight, Roger?
Yes, I'm going to say congratulate the coach. Congratulations, Coach Green. Congratulations on your win, okay?
Thanks, Roger. Well, you coming to Murfreesboro? If you can get a ticket, right? That's probably the answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look for you up there, okay? And make sure, good luck on next Thursday in Big Siegel, okay?
That's right. Bring my chewing gum and the water bottle, Roger. That's our ritual. You got the chewing gum and you got the water, right?
Okay, I'll have for you, okay?
All right.
Thanks a lot, Roger. How often does Roger call you?
You know what? I'm not on his calling list, but he makes up for it before the game. So Roger always brings me chewing gum. At some point, either late in the girls' game or right when the girls' game ends, and he always brings me water.
Calls me every day.
Does he really?
Calls me every day.
That's great.
Make sure I'm wearing a mask, my coat, and I'm eating properly, and all those kind of things. So we appreciate Roger. Coach, while we take a break here, our two special guests have joined us here. Jonathan Milloway and Jeremy Miller, they're going to join our discussion here. We're going to talk about their season, and I'm going to ask you to ask them a few questions too, if you don't mind. Because we're going to take a break here. This is Off the Glass. We're getting ready for the state basketball tournament a week from tomorrow. It'll be 7 o'clock Central Time against the Siegel Stars. And we'll be back on Off the Glass in a moment.
Everything we do is in search of more go. If it can withstand 0 degrees, can it go -20? If it can run through 5 inches of water per hour, can it go to 6? We go. So it goes. So you can go. It's hard to stop a train.
Fox Insurance Group is a local agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop. Because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
We all know that real estate is location, location, location.
Our team at Just Homes Group Realty Executives has the true expertise, pairing buyers and sellers with the right opportunities.
Whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, right?
We have the expertise throughout every Knoxville surrounding area. Call Just Homes Group Realty Executives today.
Train extreme conditions testing. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable heating and cooling.
Welcome back once again to Off the Glass, and Coach, we have a caller on hold here. We'll go right to that. Caller, thanks for calling. Your comment or question for Coach Green, or maybe even Jeremy or Jonathan over there, Coach.
Hello, Coach Green, Don Bell. How you doing?
Hey,
Y'all
Don.
doing all right tonight?
Doing well.
Hey, listen, I watched the game the other day. I watched it on the net, but I listened to David turn down the volume.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
I would have liked to have been there, and I've never been to that stadium they had, and it looked kind of, it must be a round stadium. It's different than anything I've ever seen and everything, but talk about it a little bit, but then very proud of how they played, and, you know, you're going to get to go back again, and didn't get to go last year, and I wish you'd talk a little bit about that type of stadium, because if somebody hadn't have been there, has it been there a long time, their arena, whatever they call it?
I think it was actually built in the early 60s. The early 60s. They've been playing basketball in it since then. And no,
really?
I was not calling the ball games then, just to make
The
sure.
Buck Van Huss Dome.
Yeah, named for their former head coach.
Yeah, it's a unique place. I don't know if Jeremy and Millway want to comment on it. I played there in high school, actually, back in the day, and it's been there a while. Got a lot of tradition. They've got up on their wall how many career wins they've got, which is a bunch. I know from your stat we started playing them in 1945.
Right.
But very, very, it's probably one of the largest, I don't know the stats, but it's got to be one of the largest high school basketball arenas / gyms in the state for sure. Probably in the southeast United States, I would bet. But it's a really unique place to play. It's a really loud place and large. So.
Is it true, Kingsport, their student population, is it somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 students, David? It's pretty large, isn't it? As far as
2,400.
2,400, okay.
Right.
Yeah, in comparison, I think we've got about right around 1,500. I don't know the exact number, but we're floating around that number.
I was going to tell you also, I do collecting. I was looking through the magazine today. I was putting them in order, and I found a brand new basketball time, and from 1998 to 99, I think it was your senior year. Yeah, it shows you're a senior, 6'2", 200 guard, Sweetwater. And I was also noticing on the cover that it has the previous, got the Kelly Jolly on the front cover in there. So she played at the same time you did too, huh?
She did, yeah. It was that was in my glory days, Don. Back in '98, yeah. Kelly Jolly, that's how I know her. Is Kelly Harper now, but we graduated together. Actually had some classes together when we were there at UT, and but yeah, I remember that basketball time in Tennessee Magazine that you're talking about, Don. I'm glad you still got it.
Well, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna bring it up there one day, let you write a little something in it, and I'll go over sometimes. And Kelly's at that Calhoun's on the River, let her sign something in it. But I didn't even know I had this. This in pristine condition, so it's But I just want to say, really, too, they're very proud of this team, and not getting to go last year. I guess it makes it more special, don't it?
It does, and I won't speak for the guys over here, but you know, I was very, very motivated to try to, you know, have the opportunity, for the guys to get back. It's not easy to do. It was not a given that it was going to happen just because we had a lot of guys returning. So, you know, really, never happened in the history of sports to have the state tournament canceled that I can remember. So it's something that's unprecedented.
World War II, maybe.
Yeah, World War II maybe, but it's unprecedented and can't really put it into words. But very disappointing, but very gratifying to fight back and have our kids fight and get back there again.
Don, I appreciate your call. We're going to get to some others here. Thanks for calling and thanks for tuning us in today.
Thanks, Don.
I'm sorry. Before I call her, stay on hold there just for a second. I want to get Jeremy and Jonathan over here. That's Jonathan Millway on the left and Jeremy Miller on the right. Guys, what was it like playing in the arena at Kingsport?
Awesome. Like the dome is huge. The coach was talking to us about it before the game. He said that there were 3 of those type of domes built, and that 2 of them had collapsed, and so that theirs was the only one standing.
Wow.
And I thought that was pretty cool. I actually took a nap at midcourt, a little pregame nap at midcourt when we got there, and just like looking up the ceiling and like seeing all the seats is crazy. Imagining it packed, that was crazy.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool just because like it was just so big. And, like, there were, like, a good amount of people there, too, I thought. And their student section was right behind the goal, or, like, I guess it was the second half. It was right in front of our goal, so that was pretty cool to be able to, like, face them just because I like listening to them.
We're going to take some calls here. Line 2, okay. Caller, thanks for holding. Your comment or question for Coach Green or Jeremy or Jonathan?
It doesn't matter. This is one of the assistant principals, Ms. Thompson.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hey.
Go right
How are
ahead.
you guys?
Hey, go right ahead with your comment or question.
I just wanted to wish the Wildcats good luck. This is Ms. Thompson from the high school, and I've really missed getting to watch these guys in person, but I have watched every game, and I'm just really excited about the game. Wish I could be there.
Yeah, definitely. She's one of our biggest fans, and she's hadn't been able to come to many games this year. I know she's been to a couple, I think, early, but she's always keeps up with us, always texting and wishing us luck and congratulations, and just really appreciate their support, and hopefully she can get well and get back out there where she can watch us live.
Isn't that the truth? My last official thing I did at school was a boys basketball game, and then after that I got sick. So
Yeah.
that was back in early December. So I'm excited to be able to watch it on TV like I've done all season. And I just, what is it going to take to win tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's a good question. Of course, it's next Thursday, but
Is it? Okay.
yeah, it's next Thursday. So we got a big gap here as far as some preparation and practice time, and which is good. We got some guys a little bit banged up, but yeah, I mean, once you get to the state tournament, there's a lot of factors. I mean, you gotta be able to handle the moment. You can't be get caught up in where you're playing, and the winning and losing. You got to be just focus on playing a game. It's just another game. Trying to find a way to go 1-0 like we've been all postseason. I think that's the biggest thing. But playing my former assistant coach is going to be tough. Wish we could play somebody else, honestly. But they've got a really good team. They've got a Mr. Basketball finalist and a lot of really good players around him. And and they're going to obviously present some challenges for us on both ends of the floor. And we just got to have a good week of preparation and. Stay sharp and prepare well, and hopefully go down and try to put ourselves in position to win a game.
Yeah, I noticed in the game the other night, we got great leadership from our seniors during the game the other night, and we just need to bring it. I'm excited and need M&M to be on point.
Did you hear that? They said you all need to be. She said you all need to be on point.
We need Millie to not get in early foul trouble.
No early foul trouble. I'm with you on that, Ms. Thompson.
I just, when he's on the court, we are so much better. His leadership on the court is so important. So I'll be watching.
Thanks.
I'll be yelling from my recliner.
Thanks for calling in and get better.
All right.
Yep. Thanks
I'm
for calling.
working on it.
Get better.
Coach, let's take another call here. We'll get to you guys eventually, but caller, thanks for calling. Your comment or question for Coach Green?
Yeah, hey Coach, I was wondering how much 2-3 zones you're going to play against Eagle, if you don't mind me asking that, and whose suit's going to look better on the sideline, yours or Coach Birdwell?
Well, for those of y'all who are listening, this is Coach Birdwell at Siegel, who we're going to be playing next Thursday. Coach, I'm just trying to find somebody in Murfreesboro that plays any man-to-man. What's going on down there in Middle Tennessee?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, goodness, yeah. Coach and I had, 6, more than that, but, yeah, this is tough, ain't it, Coach, having to prepare for us and us having to prepare for you, so.
Yeah, it's a wild deal, and of course, if we were going to play, we'd prefer it be Saturday night, but not a lot we can really do about the draw.
No, one thing I told Darren the other day, I said, because you kind of got to prepare for, because you play the next night. If you win, you got Clarksville and Houston sitting over there, so you got to do a little bit of prep and preparation. So I told him, I said, if we win, I got to have your help. If you win, I'll help you. So that's one positive about it. Maybe we can help one or the other, see if we can game plan for the next one.
Coach, have you been watching the show all year and watching all of our ball games leading up to this, knowing that you're going to play this round?
Man, it's of course I keep up with Oak Ridge. This being basically my second home, and we had a lot of great times up there and a lot of success. And again, if it wasn't for Coach Green and Oak Ridge giving me the opportunity to be an assistant, I wouldn't be where I am today. But yeah, definitely kind of a bittersweet moment for our first state tournament game to be against each other. So definitely looking forward to it, and just wanted to call and aggravate everybody a little bit, but definitely looking forward to the opportunity to come next week.
Coach, you need to get off here and go watch some Netflix for the next 2 or 3 days, all right? Quit watching television.
Man, I've got a 8-month-old asleep over here on camera right now. So I'm just trying to keep that up.
Yeah, good deal, Coach. We'll talk, I know, over the next couple of days. So just, again, we'll find some Netflix to watch, and hopefully the little one will keep you up every night, all night, the rest of the week.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sounds good. I'll see y'all later.
See you,
Thanks
Coach.
a lot. Well, that's a first, actually, Coach.
Yeah, I didn't know if Darren was watching. I figured he probably would. If he wasn't watching, he'd probably watch it. So, just obviously Darren's a friend of mine, and when you coach with somebody for so long, you develop a little bit of a bond, I guess is a word to put it, but a way to put it. But he's a great coach. He's very smart. I'll give you an example. We put in a couple of play calls late in the region tournament, and he texted me after the game and said, "I see you put in ear and knee," which is a play call. And I said, "Yeah, we sure did." So there's not going to be a lot of secrets when we play, for sure. So, it'll be an interesting matchup. I didn't want to play Siegel last year in December. When we played them, and So just it's,
And I tried all season to get you to play them this
I
year.
know. So I'm not a big fan of playing your former coaches, especially not just former coaches, but your friends. It's just it's tough. But again, his team will be prepared, our team will be prepared, and both teams will play hard, and it's going to be whoever plays well, plays the best, going to win the game.
Let's go back to the guys over here, Jonathan Milloway and Jeremy Miller. Obviously, last year, disappointment. We talked about this, I don't know, several weeks ago when you all were on. Now you're going back. I mean, is it? Just talk about that feeling now.
No, yeah, it's kind of becoming a reality now. Like we've talked about it all year. Not every day, but pretty much every day we talk about what we're working for, and that's a state tournament. And now that it's here, we can't be more excited.
Jeremy?
Yeah, like he said, it's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to go out there and do it. And I'm just really happy that we got out there and got it done.
The coach has been saying all along it wasn't guaranteed, obviously, that you would just because you went last year get to go this year. Only 3 of the 8 made it back. You, Houston, and Cleveland are the only ones who made it back. Lost the region championship game, had to go on the road. What was that like?
It was like a familiar feeling just because we had done it before. But there's definitely a lot more pressure than there was last year just because everybody expects you to make it now. And it's just like expectations outside of your own that you have to live up to as well. So I definitely think there was more pressure, but we were ready for it.
No, yeah, basically that. Like I think that we had the expectation that we were going to make it back this year, like Jeremy said. And it being our senior year and COVID, Coach Green kind of got us into a mindset of like play every game as if it were your last, because like it really could be. And yeah, I just think that mentality helped us to get to where we're at.
Coach, the good news is you're going to the state championship. The bad news, there's 2,000 points over there that won't be on the team next year.
Yeah, we won't worry about that right now. But yeah, these guys have had a good year, and we've talked a lot about it. I know any coach that's sitting here, any high school coach, probably across the country, but just talk about the challenges that we've had this year, throughout the entire season. So with COVID and, just the unknowns and literally like Millway just said, you better play like it's your last. It could be your last. Last year at this time a year ago, we practiced the next day, and then after that was it. We didn't practice again, didn't play again. The season ended like that. So I don't think that's obviously going to be the case this year. It's going to be played, so that's a good feeling. And these guys have made back-to-back state tournaments, even though they didn't get to play last year. It's an amazing accomplishment. But I think the biggest thing is just and it's hard to do. It's a goal to get there, but you got to put that aside, and you got to focus on what you got to do to put yourself in position to try to play well and win, and not be satisfied with just getting there.
I asked Coach a little while earlier in the show if you could sneak Isaiah Johnson on the floor with you, because he's the guy that I feel the most sorry for because he didn't get a chance to experience what you're going to a week from tomorrow.
No, yeah, definitely. I'd love to throw him in a jersey.
I guess we got another call here. Now let's go to the phones here. Thanks for calling. Your comment or question for Coach Green or the guys?
This is Becky Hayes. I'll ask this question, then I'm going to hang up so I can listen. I was just wondering what the status is on Nick Dallas. Go Cats. Bye.
Yeah, Nick had been sick, and he had just for precautionary reasons he stayed away, but he will be back. He will be back for practice tomorrow, and will be at the state tournament with us.
Good to hear. I know I felt bad. After the ball game the other day, I got a chance to interview all the guys, and I looked around, and I still didn't see Nick, and he's the only one that I didn't do. So.
Yeah, that's one of the frustrating parts about the day and time we live in. If kids aren't feeling well, you got to keep them away just for precautionary reasons. So, but unfortunately, he missed the last couple of games, but he'll be back with us starting tomorrow, and we'll make the trip.
Coach, guys, what's been the best part of it so far this year for you guys?
I don't know. There's been a lot. I don't know. Jeremy, I think you should answer this one first. I think you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just kind of getting to experience it with all your best friends. I see these guys more than I see most of my family, and so it's cool to just get to experience those emotions that you have after the Dobbins Bennett win and all that, and just get to share it with the people that you're closest with, I guess would be.
Before Jonathan answers, Jeremy, all your family's always at the game. You see them all the time. You see them as much as you do. Your whole family is usually at the games.
They are very supportive.
How many tickets they buy, Jeremy?
Half of them, I would say. Yeah, they're just really supportive of me just because of how far I've come since I was younger and being from a smaller town and, you know, making it out here and playing AAA basketball now is not really heard of from where I'm from. So it's cool that they support me and that they're proud of me about it.
Hey, Jonathan, have you thought of an answer there?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna agree with what Jeremy said. Definitely like having these guys around for the past 3-4 years, because like we only lost Isaiah last year, so basically it is the same core team, and we've been practicing and playing with each other, and like we've bonded in the locker room after practice, on the court. Knowing how to play with each other better, I think, has also really helped us, and that's been a lot of fun this year.
Obviously, you've had the ups and downs with the crowd. What was it like finally getting a chance to play in front of people the last 2 or 3 weeks?
It's been awesome. I think that we really feed off the crowd, especially Jonathan Stewart. He loves it. He loves the energy from the crowd, especially from the other team's student section and fan section. I think that has fueled him a lot, and I'm excited to see what Murfreesboro is like.
I know Coach Green says, and obviously you have to do this one game at a time. Siegel, what do you know about them? I know Coach was telling me the other day, and he's told me this before, that you all have to do scouting reports sometimes on your future opponents. What do you know about Siegel?
Probably not much right now.
It's finals week right now, so not a lot, but we will know a lot about Siegel. I know that we played them 2 years ago. I'm not sure. No, it was last year. We played them last year.
At the Christmas tournament.
Yeah, the Christmas tournament. I'm not sure who they still have or what the team is, but
all 5 of their starters are back.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, fortunately, when you have how many days? 11, 12 days before you play, you take a couple days off and not really think about anything other than just getting your body and mind ready to get back at it tomorrow. So. They actually have an assignment, so they'll have a little bit more information before we practice tomorrow. So
your expectations for this season have been fulfilled. What are your future goals here this season?
Yeah, we definitely haven't fulfilled our main goal, which is the state championship. It's just like Coach Green says, we just have to take it one game at a time until we get there.
Jeremy, you've told me on this show several times and other times that your greatest desire really was to get to a state tournament. You're there right now, going to get to play on a college floor. Yeah. How's that going to be for you?
Yeah, it's super exciting just because it's been a dream of mine. I've been up there to Murfreesboro to watch tons of state tournament games and all that stuff, and I've just always wanted to be out there, so it's cool that I get to do that now.
Jonathan, you're going to play college basketball, and Jeremy, you might too, but I know that Jonathan has already signed Carnegie Mellon University up in Pittsburgh, I believe it is. So you're going to get a chance to play some college ball at that level, but this has got to be just the pinnacle for you too.
No, yeah, it definitely is, getting to go to a stage like that and play in front of a relatively big crowd for the rest of compared to the rest of the year. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm also super excited about the new shoes that we get, right? We get team shoes for when we go to state?
See, last year I told them if we won on the road in the sub-state, we get new shoes, which we ordered. Okay. And they were en route, and then it all got shut down, so we had to send them back, and because we wasn't playing anymore, and then we actually ended up getting them watches instead. So, but since that all got shut down, I'm very superstitious. There were no new shoes this year, so.
You have just disappointed them. You should have seen their.
I know, but they've got quite a bit of gear coming, and if they can find a way to win a game and then win another one, they'll actually get something better than shoes. They'll get a state championship ring, so they'll be 10 times better than shoes.
For sure. Do you all follow? Looking at obviously your next game's Siegel, but do you follow the other teams in the state that are there? I know you played Cleveland, obviously. Do you follow any other teams, or you just kind of take care of your own?
Yeah, I don't know about Jeremy, but personally, not really. I just kind of have the mentality one game at a time. So I'm worried about Siegel, and after Thursday, I'll be worried about whoever we would play next.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'll look at the scores and stuff, or watch highlights, but I don't really pay much attention to it. Like, I'm not worried about who's next or anything like that.
Sometimes that's good, David.
Yeah, it is definitely good.
I know Coach Gaddis, he always asks me, we're a couple weeks away from postseason play, and Gaddis is asking me, well, what about Siegel? What about Blackman? What about Houston? What about Memphis East? What about? I'm like, Coach, I don't have a clue right now, buddy. But yeah, it's we have obviously common opponent in Cleveland, and Houston. We got. I remember last year I started watching tape on Houston, and then still got the scouting report over on my desk over to the side that I'd started. So, just I know we're winding this down, but these guys, if you've heard some of the stuff they've talked about, is how close the guys are. Friendships, and and I think that's a big part of why this group's had success, because they've got a bond. They play for each other. They care about each other, and they all of them overall want the team to do more than themselves. So that's part of having a really good team.
Guys, I'm going to give you just anything you want to say before we're down to the last 2 minutes here. Right?
No, yeah, we actually have a question for Coach Green. So we talked about the shoes, so that's a disappointment. But what about practice at the UT gym?
It's a good question. I tried that. We got that. They have not allowing anybody to come in for COVID reasons. However, we are going to Tech on Wednesday. So there you go.
That's good enough. Yeah,
I've tried.
Jeremy, any final comments? Anything? Shout outs to your family who bought the 125 tickets out there.
Yeah, keep supporting us, I guess. That's about it.
Jeremy or Jonathan?
No, yeah. I just want to say, thanks to all the fans that have made it out to the games this year, especially with COVID, as a risk, and still being able to come out and support us.
Jonathan, Jeremy, good luck.
Thank you.
Next Thursday, 7 o'clock Central Time, Siegel Stars, your final comments.
Just looking forward to it. Just have the opportunity to play in the state tournament is a good feeling. Guys have worked hard. All the teams that are there, all the coaches were there. We went through a really, really tough year, and to get there is very satisfying. But kind of once all that settles and you're happy you're there, then you start focusing on what you got to do to play well and put your team in position to try to play their best and put them in position to win. So excited for them. This whole experience from the time you win the sectional till you play is a good experience in preparation and traveling and hotels and T-shirts and all that stuff that goes with it. So it's a fun time. These guys will remember this the rest of their lives.
Coach, thanks a lot for joining us here, and good luck to you as well.
Thanks.
That's Aaron Green. He's the head coach of the Wildcats. Once again, tip-off, 7 o'clock Central Time, next Thursday, March the 18th, Murphy Center against the Siegel Stars. Appreciate Jeremy and Jonathan and Dylan in the back. Until the next time we're on, this is David Clary saying so long, everybody.
Fox Insurance Group is a local agency. We've got a great staff. We're knowledgeable. The most rewarding thing about working in insurance is taking care of customers. When they come in, a lot of times they don't know what coverages they need. They're relying on us to give them the right coverage that's going to fit their needs, but also at a competitive price. Anybody can go to any agent or they can call any 1-800 number. But getting that right agent that's going to take care of them and be there in time of need, and that's what we're here to do.
Train. Extreme conditions testing. It's hard to stop a train. really hard. Trane, the most reliable heating and cooling.
We all know that real estate is location, location, location.
Our team at Just Homes Group, Realty Executives, has the true expertise, pairing buyers and sellers with the right opportunities.
Whether you're looking to buy or sell a home right here in Knoxville,
Lenoir City, Clinton, or Farragut, we have the expertise throughout every Knoxville surrounding area. Call Just Homes Group Realty Executives today.